Hi there. I hope you're all fine and you're well. I've been asked to do thought for the day today, um, and because of the virus um, and the lockdown, we've all had to make a lot of changes in a very short space of time, haven't we? Um, a lot of us have had to change our working practices. Some of us are working from home. Others are working in a slightly different way to keep themselves protected and other people protected. We're having to practice social distancing now as well, keeping away from people. It almost seems a bit rude, doesn't it? You're walking. Well, I know when I take the dog for a walk, I have to make a, a detour around people, and it does seem a bit rude, but that's what we've got to do. That's one of the changes we've had to make. Visiting people, seeing relatives. Um, we've had to put on hold or use other methods like Zoom. Um, and those of you who are in school, I know my wife is teaching from home using Zoom. She has a virtual classroom, which is interesting. Um, and even just simple everyday things that we take for granted, like grocery shopping, that's all changed as well. And I don't know about you, but our grocery shopping has become a military exercise. It's absolutely exhausting. We make use of the click and collect service that the supermarkets use. We go and pick that up, bring the food back home, unload it into a sanitizing area, and then we thoroughly clean all the grocery, disposing of any unnecessary packaging, and then putting it all away. But do you know what? It doesn't matter how well I jet wash the cherry tomatoes or fumigate the seeded wholemeal bread, I'll never get our grocery shopping 100% germ free, will I? No matter how hard I try. And I do try very hard. And the reason why I can't guarantee that my grocery shopping is germ free is because I can't see the germs. This virus is microscopic, isn't it? It's very, very small. It's undetectable to human eye. I can't see it. It's not like doing the gardening, for example, which is something else that I've been doing quite a lot of recently. When I get my hands dirty and muddy, I can see it, can't I? And I can wash it off, and I know my hands are clean. But the virus is undetectable to human eye. So what's that got to do with my soul, if you like? Well, if like me, you still struggle with your old nature, we still fall, don't we? As Christians, we still fall. We still struggle with besetting sins. And my issue, and maybe you're the same, is I try and deal with them myself. When I fall into a sin, I think, oh, I've done it again. Why have I done it again? And you beat yourself up and you're disappointed with yourself. And then you think, do you know what? Next time I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. And that will sort it. We're trying to sanitize ourselves, if you like. The problem is that sin is so ingrained that we will never, ever be able to sanitize ourselves. It's an impossible task. Just like eradicating this virus is an impossible task. Eradicating sin for us is impossible. We can't do it ourselves, can we? Howell in one of the prayer meetings has mentioned this verse, and I think this verse is really, really helpful, and it has been helpful to me. 1 John 1 verse 9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. That's a wonderful verse, isn't it? If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just. We've got a faithful and just God who cares about us, and he knows our infirmities. He knows that we're incapable of dealing with our own sin, and he will forgive. He said, this verse says, he forgives our sins and cleanses us, not just superficially, but cleanses us from all unrighteousness. Well, that's an amazing thing, isn't it? A really wonderful thing. And we can be so grateful to God that He knows our infirmities and He's done everything for us. I'd love somebody to come in and uh, sanitize our grocery shopping, but God has done everything for us with regards to our sin. And it's almost a really daft and pointless exercise for us to try and sanitize ourselves, isn't it? When God has done it all for us. Well, that's my thought for the day. And just as an aside, washing cherry tomatoes is a really, really bad idea. Okay, well, everybody keep well. And I look forward to seeing you all soon.